There were negative ads, for example. They called me a domestic terrorist.
Wow.
A guy who takes an oath, who prays before every meeting, who sees to it that fairness and objectivity, as they were designed in our Constitution. I'm an originalist of the Constitution.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm a student of Justice Scalia's. I cannot believe that the people of Arizona would not be appalled to see how much money was spent to assassinate the good character of people like Walt Blackman, my friend up in northern Arizona. $1.2 million brought against a guy who has got a great reputation for a job that pays $24,000 a year.
Well, slander, put that into perspective.
Yeah. Right.
Slander.
And that just tells everybody, look, we are not fighting against flesh and blood.
Yeah, that's true.
We are fighting a war against evil in the heavenlies. Yeah. And this is the most abject corruption that we could ever imagine. This is the opportunity for Satan to stick a knife in the heart of the light on the hill, the nation in this world that heretofore has stood for freedom and liberty around the world. Now we find out that we have a government organization that has been involved in corrupting elections worldwide. Wow. We need to take a serious look in the mirror, folks.
That's exactly right.
Amen. We need to take a serious look into the hearts of men that are running this country.
And I think
that Donald Trump is the guy that has started us down that path, and without him there, we're done.
He started draining the swamp, and we just found out how deep it was. Let me show you some things. We know what's happened on social media. So many of you have had your posts blocked. A Michigan resident posted on his Facebook page. He said this: "It's time to come clean. I work for Wayne County, Michigan, and threw out every Trump ballot I saw, tens of thousands of them, and so did my coworkers. After his message started to circulate on Facebook, 2 of his 3 accounts went missing." Isn't that funny? The original message we got on Facebook when we clicked on his account said that the content isn't available, but now 2 of his accounts, including the one where he bragged about stealing Trump ballots, have disappeared. Here's the interesting thing about him. He now says he was just teasing. I didn't mean that. He's a Cuban resident, and he's still active on Facebook, and just said, "I was kidding, guys."
Yeah, and I think that goes along that the social media is in this with the mainstream media. It's not just the mainstream media. It's the social media is repressing this and impacting these elections.
So do you guys use Siri? Anybody who used Siri? Last night there was a buzz. My phone started buzzing. Everybody was telling me about something. Social media, apparently Siri is confused about who the president of the United States is. Watch this video in response to the question, Siri, how old is the president of the United States? Watch this.
Kamala Harris was born 56 years ago on Tuesday, October 20th, 1964.
So I got a guy standing behind me back here doing something to my collar. But that was the question. How old is the president of the United States? And it answers Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Being that.
Well, apparently this morning, though, they seem to have had an update, and now it tells the age of President Trump. So interesting. Yeah, they're not trying to hide it anymore, are they?
No, they're not.
The world's watching.
Yeah, and I think Pennsylvania, Arizona, this is what I would tell people to watch for. Yeah. Pennsylvania, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Nevada, all those states are in play. And Georgia, it really is in play on 2 fronts. You've got the recount that's going on. The president can still win that and should, depending on what happens to those Fulton County. But you've also got 1 or 2 Senate races that January 5th, there's less than 3 weeks for people to register. Right. Don't turn your attention away from that. That's going to be absolutely critical, regardless of what happens at the White House.
Okay, guys, we've got literally just minutes left, just very short time. I want to go back to each one of the representatives real quick. Why so much hatred? Why this at this president? Of all the presidents, why this one? Representative Zimmerman, how about you?
Yeah, thanks for that. And there's clearly lots of hatred, even throughout this area, and especially in our suburban and our city areas. They just hate him. They just despise him. But I think it's because he's really making some real change. A conversation we could have for a long time here is, how the deep state really works and how that really is our agencies and the bureaucrats within those agencies and those individuals just hate that President Trump's making change and rolling back regulations, just what the American people need, but that's why they hate him. I think that's one of the underlying elements of all the hatred. So it's just incredible. So I just appreciate what American Stands is doing and giving some honest reporting on what's going on, because the left has the media, they have the social media, they have it all. And just to Mr. Fincham's comments on the amount of money that was put into his race, here in Lancaster County, we had a senator race, Senator Martin's race. He put $1.2 million of local monies into his race, and his opponent put $1 million in of local monies, and they had $1 million come from the West Coast from from big tech. So
There it is again. Yeah, I fully aware. I remember running in 2010 for state senate in California. And,
So there's 2 points that I'd like to make.
Very quick.
One,
we got 20 seconds.
All right. One is this has been a counterintelligence op for quite some time. Number two, the reason they're so angry is because President Trump has interfered with their cash flow.
Wow.
The corruption has paid so many people and put so many people on the payroll of foreign governments, they don't want to be found out.
That's exactly right. Wow. All right, gentlemen, we've just got 10 seconds or so. Tim?
Keep the faith.
Yeah, I would
John?
say America stands, and you need to stand with it. Tell all your friends to start watching this. Do not lose heart. This thing is not over. Finish everything that needs to be done.
Amen.
Okay, I want to remind you this afternoon at 4 Central, 5 Eastern. We'll be right back here with more things. Don't forget, Kenneth Copeland will be with us on the Victory Faith for Our Nation Victory Campaign November 12th, 13th.